Yo, this is cool. You got the text too, like text that is readable. All right, N-Tranced levels tier list. I'll mix both like casual and speedrunning, I guess. Flock Full of Seagulls. This is the second wakeboard level, and it's actually the longest one for some reason, and the hardest, definitely. I don't think the wakeboard levels are pretty good, but it's also pretty shit that this is like so long. Like, why is it not the third one? The third one is way shorter and way easier. The only thing that's harder about the third one is I think the shark attacks more. I think that's it. But this one is long. It has so many obstacles. I think it's the hardest one to tie the time trial record for as well. Yeah, not a great level. Barrel Roll, the second Atmosphere level, has a big skip that lets you skip half the level in the speedrun. The barrels cause a lot of lag. It has a lot of split paths, though it's not easy to get lost. I don't know, I'll put it C. Magma Mania, last level in World 2. Introduces the Copter Pack, I think, which was from Twok. A fun fact about this level, every version, I think, except for NTSC 1.0, adds a metal bouncy crate below the helicopter box. And when you get the copter pack, you can actually break that metal bouncy crate with the copter pack, and it will... Actually, I don't think it does increment your box count, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Where will I put this level? I think you're intended to not do that level in one visit for like the box gem and gem shark because of the split path. Because you can't backtrack the top path, at least you're not intended to. Because it has a bunch of blind jumps and tight jumps with double jump. So I think that puts it below a tier, but I don't know, I'll put it B. Oh, this has bosses too. I'll rank the bosses at the end. Run from the Sun, the space levels kind of suck. That one's pretty easy. D. Mr. Lava Lava, World 3's lava level. Funny out of bounds glitch. No. Oh yeah, it is actually. Yeah, where the Crusher puts you out of bounds. Yeah, the one I found as a kid. Mr. Lava Lava. I don't like this level. It's a lot of copter pack. Like, there's a long stretch of level where you can just hold right and you won't die. And you'll even get the boxes if you're high enough or low enough. Not a really good level. The speedrun for the getting the gem shard has cool movement. Slip Slide and Sphinx, I love this level. I think it'll go S tier. Because of how much you can do with the super slide in this level, it's insane. Especially with invincibility. And I like how the whole red gem shard path is entirely tar. It's kind of like Sphinxinator in Crash 3. But it's 2D. I think it's done pretty well. Hey, Major Bucky. Hell yeah. How did I find that? By complete accident. Now it's Istanbul. Right, that's the World 3 Arabic level. The gem shard path casually here sucks. In the speedrun, we do it from the back, which is unintended, but it skips the whole thing. I think it's pretty bad, because of that. And I think most of the level is on the carpet. Island intro. So in this game, they decided to add a bunch of hints. Like, mostly in the first level, but also at the beginning of, the vehicles. I guess that's not terrible. It's a fun level to super slide in. I guess it's a fine first level. Like, the hints are kind of annoying in the speedrun, but, like, you know, not there for speedrunners. Rock the Kasaba, oh boy, that level's the hardest gem casually, and it's probably the hardest platforming relic. Gem Shard. So, for the Gem Shard, if you enter from the front, you can't go back, because it's a giant pit. But if you go through, like, you would have to do a lot of backtracking to be able to get the box gem too. Which really sucks, and I think if you break too many boxes on going while backtracking for boxes, you won't be able to proceed. Which kinda sucks. The carpet section is pretty difficult, casually. But I don't know if it's a bad level. I like a nice hard level like that. I don't know, I think it's a A-tier level. Does have that box at the start that you can easily miss. I don't know, I might put it upper B tier. Spaced Out, oh boy, the hardest plat. Super long level, and I think what'll make it a low tier is especially, like, the fact that there's a bunch of boxes that are right at the end, and if you miss them, you have to redo the entire level, which is like 2.5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes for a casual. Like, not counting if they die, because there's no obstacles after that. So that alone is really lame. And Run from the Sun, the previous space level, is so easy that you don't get enough practice for that level, but I'm still glad they didn't put 3 of those fucking levels. So yeah, I'm putting it E tier. It adds fireballs, like the blue fireballs, and a bunch more enemies. That's what differentiates it, and the length. But yeah, just not really a fun level. Rocks Can Roll, another hardest atmosphere level, the third one. Pretty easy to get lost when you're doing the box gem. I don't know if I'd say it's a bad level. A big issue is the laser cycles. If you don't know how they work, basically, when you enter the level, they'll always be the same when you approach them. But once you've loaded them, they're loaded forever. Like each of the individual lasers. So if you die, the next time you come back to a certain laser, it'll be pretty much unpredictable. And that really screws over people playing casually. But generally, if you're going fast, you don't have to wait on most of the lasers. But no, you're not really gonna know that. That alone, the length, and it's so easy to get lost, the plat being pretty unfair casually. Probably D tier. Eruption Disruption, World 4's lava level. Gem Shard Path is a copter pack thing. You have to backtrack it, and it does have a box in it. So you have to do it for the box gem too. It's the helicopter crate. This level's again a lot of copter packing and a lot of the rope gimmick, like the diagonal ropes that you slide down. I never thought those were that great. Probably see it here with Mr. Lava Lava. King to Uncommon, World 4's Tomb level. This level's confusing casually because you're not going to know how to play it. The way it's done in the speedrun is as efficient as can be. Some people think you have to backtrack all the way to the start of the Gem Shard path to get a box that's next to a nitro, but the nitro does blow it up. Even Spike Stuff's 101% record goes back for it, but you don't need to. So that's a time save over that run. There's I think it's a crusher, one of those crushers falls down and makes it so you can't backtrack the level. Like if you do the full gem shard path and want to get the box gem too, like you can't. To do both in one visit, you have to do all the boxes. Yeah, do all the boxes and backtrack the gem shard path. All you have to backtrack for though is the gem shard itself, because the nitro detonator will get everything else. Oh, I missed some messages. Swamp Fox. Yeah. Yeah, Swamp Fox, Dante's, and Drag and Drop has that hick music. You found a spider in your living room? How big? King 2 uncommon. Oh, I missed Waterlogged. Yeah, I think that the backtracking issue and the gem shard pass shit makes it kind of shit. And it's the last level before the normal ending, and it's pretty underwhelming. So I think it might be D tier, honestly. And if I recall, it has a dumb, easy to miss box that's in the air. It's a freeze crate. Waterlogged, last wakeboard level, but for some reason easier and shorter than the second one. Pretty bad. I guess on its own it's not a bad level, it's just its placement is strange. I don't know, I don't really want to put, it's definitely better than Flock of Seagulls, but yeah. End of C tier. Medium-ish, damn. Yeah, it just kind of ends. Like, I think they tried to make the shark way more dangerous in that level, but it's still just easy to avoid. Like, there's that long stretch of level at the end with, like, a couple buoys, but the shark attacks over and over, but it just didn't really work. 101 Arabian Kites, one of my favorite levels. It's a great late game level that's really challenging. And it doesn't have the magic carpet, which I think is boring. I think it's a great level. S tier. The speedrun is awesome of that level too. And TTing. I actually had the time trial world record for a bit for that level, but Gibran beat me. I thought about trying to get it back at some point. Yeah. It's just a grind. TTs are a big grind. It's such a grind. Shorter than Lagoony Tunes? I'm not sure. I think they're similar in length. Yeah, I love 101 Arabian Kites. It should have been the last level in Warp 5. Fun fact, actually, about Warp 5. The level numbers are different from the order they are in the Warp Room. I think it goes RGB for the color gems. So, Wild Nile Ride is the first one. Arabian Kites is the second one, and Firewalker's the last number. Which is weird. Yeah, TTs are cool to watch for sure. Speaking of which, Firewalker. The difficulty's adequate for where it is. I don't think the copter pack sections are as bad as the other levels, because it's kind of challenging. I don't know, it's not a bad level. B, I guess. I think I'll put it above Magma Mania. Definitely. Because Magma Mania has the gem short path shit. Wild Null Ride, it's a cool idea, like a level that's vertical and goes down, but it's really confusing for a new player. Like, it's so easy to miss boxes because there's so many levels. Like every fall you take is a blind jump, which is pretty annoying, you know? And there's an issue in Entranced where when you do a super slide down a slope, it has a chance to not stay on the ground. Like it has a chance to just kind of soar through the air, which is really annoying. I know why that happens. I don't know how to explain it, but it's dumb. You can't really line up slides because of the moving water, like because of that issue. So I think it's C tier. Lagoony Tunes, first wakeboard level. It's fine. Probably the best wakeboard level. Top of C. I can't bring myself to put a wakeboard level above C. Yeah, TTs are underrated, I agree. Doug Walker. No. No. I don't know what Firewalker's a reference to. I wondered if it's a reference to Skywalker, like from Star Wars. Probably not, though. Pharaoh's Funhouse. It's a good level. I think a lot of the non-vehicle early levels are pretty good. Gemshard Path is pretty cool. Like, it teaches you how the Gemshard paths look. Like, it's pretty hard to miss, you know? Just a little backtrack. It's kind of a good introduction to them. Prince of Persia. Piss easy level. I don't know, B, I guess. Globetrotting first Atmosphere level. It's fine, I guess. Some versions of the game don't have the hint at the start, which is interesting. I think 1.0 doesn't have it? I don't remember. Some versions have it, some don't. B, I guess. I guess that's the only Atmosphere level I'll put above C. That level has multiple skips and speedruns. There's the skip that saves like 5-6 seconds after the second checkpoint, I think. There's one for time trial that takes you right to the end. That one's really cool. And for 101% gem pass, there's actually a tiny skip you can do. You go from on top of an elevated area that has boxes back to the main path of the level. Just a tiny skip. Still kind of cool. But again, I'm mostly talking casual for these rankings. Runaway Rug. Magic Carpet's boring. I think it's cool. There's kind of a split path with the magic carpets in the air. Having the gem shard, that's kind of cool. I don't know. It's a fine level. B. Tiki Torture, first lava level. Pretty good level. Lets you, for your first use of the super slide, and they definitely designed that in mind. Because if you use the super slide right at the start, you'll die to the TNT, which I think was intended. It's kind of funny. It's a fun level to speedrun. A tier, like high A tier. Hop and Coffin's last one. Really hard level in the speedrun. Hard level to learn. There's a cool skip to get to the end of the gem shard path. Like, you just jump on the nitro detonator and you can double jump and collect the shard and fall right back down. Casually, it might be too tough for where it is in the game. Maybe it should have been in Warp 3. I don't know. But it's a fine level. I'd probably put it in A tier. Right, that's all the non-bosses ranked. It is shorter than Lagoony Tunes. Nice. Um, I won't put the bosses in the tier list, but I'll rank them down here. I can move them here, right? Yeah. Fake Crash number 1 easily. Entranced second. Entropy's fight just drags on for way too fucking long. Like the first two phases are like piss easy, then the last phase gets really hard because the first two phases are actually scripted fully, but the last phase has RNG. Like he has a set amount of like shots he can fire in a phase, but you're not gonna know at the start of the phase whether or not it's gonna be a double or a single. In a speedrun, it's faster to have him shoot doubles, so get to the end of the phase faster. But yeah, it's a drag of a fight. Like it's hard, but not really in a good way. It's hard because like the hard part is after a bunch of easy shit. I don't really have much of an opinion on Evil Crunch. Can cheese the fight, and I found this out as a kid too by staying at the bottom and shooting. Evil Coco. I'll probably put that fight below Evil Crunch. Or I don't know. Maybe consider them tied. Entrance fight is alright. The first phase is kind of a joke, but the second phase is cool. And Fake Crash is an awesome fight, really creative. Having a boss that, it's Fake Crash, like he's just like Crash. And with that, he mirrors all his movement. And you have to get creative with the spears that are on differing cycles. But if you take too long, shit starts falling from the ceiling. And in the speedrun, we do that in just a few seconds. Very naughty. Yeah, it's very DKC-esque. And that's not really a good thing for bosses. It is weird, Trop, but I never really thought it was bad. It's weird how Fake Crash is helping you there. Though I don't know the fucking plot. So, what do I know? Alright, yeah, there's my ranking. The Cheerios he shoots, yeah. The SpaghettiOs. The SpaghettiOs is Metroid.